What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell by the description, we're going to be installing some badass control arms today. So you're going to want to stay tuned for this one, y'all. Woohoo!
We were able to tell that I had ran them. So I'm going to kind of show you guys.
All right. So yeah, we're going to be installing some control arms today. And the reason that is for the last 2 seasons of racing, every single season I've had to replace the control arms on the Integra. And these aren't rubber bushings that are failing. It's polyurethane bushings that are failing. I don't know why, but it's just tearing the center sleeve basically right out of the bushing. So I did some searching online, read a lot of reviews, and I had found the PCI control arms that uses a spherical bushing, which is kind of like a bearing in a way. No rubber, no polyurethane. It uses solid billet fittings or bushings to go in the control arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of review these really quick, and then we're going to get to installing them and see how they are. We got about a month before the first outing with the car. Still pretty snowy and crummy outside. It's like 40 degrees out today, so it's not super cold today, but not melting the snow super fast. So I'll review these arms quick and we'll get them installed. All right, so here's the beautiful PCI control arm. You can see the bushing there and that one, and it uses snap rings to hold this in. So if you ever needed to replace it, you just pull the snap ring, and then this bushing will basically push right out. It's pretty nice. So it's got 3 adjustable spots for your sway bar end links. You can set the tension on it, whether you want it soft or firm. We usually run pretty much right in the middle. I run a spherical end link for my DA Integra. So yeah, this will be all solid in the back. But yeah, it's just really annoying that with the ones that I've put in, it just keeps tearing the bushing out. And the one that it's pulling out, I believe, is this one right here. This is where the lower shock comes down, the bolt goes through it. It keeps tearing that one out. So yeah. Here is the sleeves that all get inserted into it. And so I believe these fit 1990 up to the 2000 Integra. So they fit the DA and DC Integras. So yeah, pretty snazzy. I'm sure the Civic ones are a little bit different. I think they might be a fuzz longer than the Integra ones, but basically the same thing. Super nice. Yeah, they just feel really, really solid, good quality, made in the USA. So I'll show you guys the current ones that are on there and what keeps happening to them. All right, so we're underneath here, and let me show you what keeps tearing out here. Oh, so yeah, so it's this one actually. It's the very front one that keeps tearing out. So that one tore out. And I think on the other side, I'm going to take a look at those and see what we got going on there. Okay, we are on the other side, and as you can see, it's the same one. So yeah, it's I thought it was the shock one, but it's not. It's the one that actually bolts to the spindle. Keeps tearing up those bushings. Oop, let her focus a little bit. So yeah, as a precaution, we're going to replace them. We don't want any of that crap going on. So yeah, these are aluminum control arms that are on here currently. So I actually have the sway bar set to its softest setting on here, so that's probably what I'll do. I'll show you the end link that I have. These are actually made for a 99 to 2000 Integra, but I made them work on the DA. So yeah, that uses a spherical bushing on here as well. So they're pretty trick. At the same time, we are going to be probably putting some brakes on this thing too. I'm going to get rid of the drilled and slotted rotors. Yeah, in the front, if they were drilled, they would be cracked by now on the track. The only reason they aren't is because it is a solid one-piece rotor. But we have a brand new set of rotors that are wave rotors with brand new Hawk HP Plus brake pads. So we'll be putting those on at the same time. So these are the rotors we're going with. And then the Hawk HP Plus pads. That's the part number for the DA Integra. These are the cat's pajamas. We have a set on the front, and they are wild. Let me tell you, you just touch the brake pedal, and these bad boys are stopping you so damn quick, it's insane. So, yeah. We're going to throw a set on the rear. We've just been running just a cheaper set of pads and rotors on there, so I figured it's probably about time to upgrade. So we'll do that at the same time. So I think what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to pull the brakes off and loosen up the control arms, bolts and everything all at the same time. So probably just throw on a little bit of fast forward for you all. Gonna show you guys this. Just pick this bad boy up. It's the new DeWalt 1/2-inch impact. Hell yeah, 1,200 foot-pounds. Damn, this will be great for at the races. This is what I'm gonna use to take the control arms off. What do you think, Benny? You ain't gonna like that impact blast in here in about 2 seconds. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Go hang out over there, buddy. All right. Alright, I got it out. You can see how clapped that is. So these only got 1 season on them. Yeah, that's why we're switching. Alright, so fully assembled here, you're going to use 2 of these on the spindle end, 2 of the same there, and then you're going to use 2 of these. Let's use a little O-ring on there too. 2 of these for the shock, the lower shock mount, and then you're going to use the same 2 of these on the part that goes to the rear subframe area. So This one and this one take the same. This is the only one that takes different. And both these control arms are interchangeable from side to side. One thing I did notice is when I stood these or put these next to each other, the this one here actually is lower down by about a 1/4 inch. So that is going to change the ride height, I believe, in the rear of the car compared to the ones that were in there. So I might need to get an alignment after this because I'm assuming that'll change ride height and possibly camber a fuzz. So yeah, we'll have to do some checking out after we get this installed. The other thing was the bolt for the sway bar link came out really hard. It actually took the threads out coming out and it boogered up the bolt. And I don't have a die to fix it. That's this diameter. So I'm just going to order a new bolt. Hopefully the other side doesn't need one, but yeah, I might even actually run into the hardware store tomorrow and see if they got one. But yeah, we'll get this up in there and we'll attach the sway bar a different day. I probably won't even put that on camera because no really reason to. So yeah, we'll get her in. All right, so we got one side done. The one cool thing about these spherical bearings, bushings, or whatever you want to call them on these, is normally when you'd be tightening up your control arm bolts, you'd want to lower the car down. If you're using like a rubber or polyurethane bushing, you lower the car all the way down, so that way it pushes the control arm up to where it would normally be, and then you tighten the bolt. But with these, you don't need to do that since everything pivots and rotates inside that bearing. You don't have to do that. So it's kind of cool. So yeah, this side is done. The only thing I have left is that sway bar link. So once I get a new bolt, I'll be able to do that. But yeah, I got everything tightened up. So I hit it with the impact. I just had it on the lowest setting. And then I went back through with a ratchet and I checked all three. So should be good there. I'll be able to go on to the other side and basically repeat the process. Got this one out also. Yeah, she's smoked. All right, so I managed to get the other side done. I have to get a new bolt for the sway bar link for there also. But yeah, they didn't go on too bad. I would say the only thing that I struggled with, one thing with these, is since it's a solid bushing, trying to get it between the ear where it slides up in. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So getting it to slide between here and between here was tight. I actually had to take a pry bar and kind of open this up a little bit to be able to slide that up through. Same with this one here. I had to pry it open a fuzz to be able to push it up in, but it wasn't too difficult. The shock one went through perfectly fine, so I didn't have any issues there. That was really my only gripe. Otherwise, yeah, they're seem to be pretty nice control arms. So I'm going to show you guys the list. I made a list for this winter to get stuff ready for this coming season. I'm going to show you guys what the list is and what I have left, what I've done, everything like that. Okay, so this was the stuff at the end of the 2022 season that I wrote down that we needed to do. We did this. We rebuilt the transmission. Sorry, my hands are really dirty yet. Rebuilt the transmission and added an LSD. We just did the control arms. We have not done the new line for the oil pressure gauge and the new oil pressure sensor. That's literally, I think, the only thing I have left. But we did new shift linkage. We did a new shifter. We did the hybrid racing one. We're doing the hood vents currently. We did get those cut in already. but American Auto Body's redoing the hood for us. So yeah, that'll be done. We did new front rotors. We did this issue here. I still have yet to totally figure out. I think it's a CV axle issue. Yeah, I don't really know what we're gonna do with this, but the passenger side has always had a little bit of play, and I think it's the like the spacing of the CV axle into the hub, but it's just got this very slight play, and it's been like that for 3 years, and I've put multiple wheel bearings in it, all sorts of things. So I don't really know. I don't know if we're going to be able to alleviate that, but it hasn't been an issue. We also fixed the manifold studs, and I'm still working on the wiper linkage. So really the only pressing issues I have at the moment, at some point I'll do this oil pressure line, because the one that comes with the gauge I have looks like this, okay? And I want to convert it to a copper line like this. So at some point I'll do that. It's not super pressing. And then this part here is what we need to fix the wiper linkage. It's popped off. These actually came all the way from the UK. It took like 2-3 weeks to get, but this should fix our wiper linkage, so that way we have windshield wipers. But yeah, that's the list. Pretty much got all the big stuff done, just a couple little small things to do. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. One thing I would like to thank Full Bore Enterprises, JM Pressure Washing, GMJ Automotive, American Auto Body, of course, Madison Sports Car Club. Got to throw some love their way. And Wanderlust, great tour company out of South Dakota. So yeah, if you guys could, please like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. Check out any of these companies. They're all great. I think that's it. And hopefully in a few weeks here, we'll be gearing up for the start of the 2023 season. So, all right, guys, you have a good one, and stay classy. We'll see ya.